Alright, look. I'm about to be telling a story about how my grandma, you feel me? Rest in peace, my grandma, bro. Her sweet soul, bro. She had shot in the air at this nigga, bro. And she shot at him too, and she scared the fuck out of this nigga, bro. She scared the fuck out of this nigga, bro. She shot in the air. It was like a motherfucking, it wasn't no fucking gun like this. It was like a revolver, you feel me? She had like it was like a 38 snub nose, I think, at the time. This 2012. This 2012, bro. Cause look, it was my mama, it was my mama boyfriend at the time, you feel me? And that nigga was crazy. Something wrong with the nigga. You feel me? I was just a little nigga at the time, so I really couldn't do shit. You feel me? I really couldn't do much. And I didn't know what all was going on because it was crazy because my mama, she always be renting different houses and shit. Now she been staying in the same house for 5 years. But at the time, she used to always move around and rent different houses and shit. And she would stay in the house for a couple months and move. Just used to be all around this bitch from east to west. You feel me? Now she been in the same house for years or whatever. But she just, even at the house she got now, she still sometimes will rent another house just to have it on some backup shit. Might have it for a couple months. Even though she got her main house, she been there for years. I don't know. My mama just like renting houses. I don't know. But it was just crazy because, you feel me? The house we was at, I ain't gonna say what street. Me and my grandma and my cousin stayed on, a little cousin, you feel me? We had been staying in the house for like 4-5 years. And then my mama had just moved around the corner, like a block or two over. Like a block over, for real, like a block and down the street, son. And she had just moved there. She only had been staying there for like 2 months. Just renting in this shit. You feel me? And she got into it with her boyfriend, you feel me? And I think the reason why she rented that house too, because I think he was in that area. I don't know how that shit went, bro. I don't know, bro. Cause then again, I don't know, bro. But she rented that house for like 2 months. They was over there and shit, you feel me? And he was crazy, you feel me? I didn't even know the nigga was crazy. I'm thinking the nigga cool and shit, you feel me? I had met him a couple times, like 5 times, and I was a little nigga at the time anyway. So, you feel me? I just went around like that. Plus, I stayed with my grandma. But from the times I had seen him, you feel me? He was cool and shit, you feel me? From when I seen the nigga, he was cool. But I had only been around him like 5-6 times. But nigga, and our interactions was cool. I remember one time he had put up a basketball or like a crate. He had put up like a crate on my garage so I can like hoop. You feel me? I was a little nigga. He put up like a crate on my garage and shit so I could hoop and shit. And what else? He just was putting me on the rappers and shit. I remember when this like 2012, you feel me? I remember he the reason why I started fucking with Meek Mill and shit heavy, you feel me? Cause he was like, bro, Meek Mill up next, bro. That nigga cold as hell. Ooh, this 2012. And then ever since then, Meek Mill like been one of my favorite rappers type shit. You feel me? Especially back then, I was a diehard. You feel me? But I'm thinking the nigga cool and shit. So one day, nigga, I'm just at my grandma's house chilling and shit. And my mama run in the house. She run to our house and shit. She run to our house and this nigga chasing her. And he didn't. Her car was parked in front of our house and this nigga bust out her car window and shit. She had a Charger at the time, I think, a silver one or some shit. He bust out her car window or some shit with a bat or whatever he did it with. And she ran in the house. And my grandma grabbed the gun. She grabbed the 38 revolver. And she got the shooting in the air and she shot at that nigga too. And we was like, what the fuck going on? Because we was upstairs, me and my little cousin, and shit, he got the running and shit, hiding behind houses and shit. My grandma called the police and shit. My grandma called the police and my family came, uncles and cousins and shit. Then he got to hide on top of roofs and shit, hiding on top of garages and shit. And my uncle caught him. Rest in peace, my uncle too. He just died last year. He caught him and stumped that nigga head in with some boots. And my other uncles and shit. You feel me? I was a little nigga, you feel me? And you feel me? They stumped that nigga head in with the boot with his boots with some Timbs and shit. And The police hoe ass gonna try to put my other uncle behind in a police car, and I had to like tell him like, what the fuck you put him in the car for? That's the nigga who tried to like fight my mama and get at my mama, whatever. Like he was trying to kill my mama or some shit because she didn't want to be with him type shit. Like that shit crazy. That nigga was. You feel me? That nigga ain't have it all, bro. That nigga did not have it all, bro. That shit just crazy. They ended up giving that nigga like 5 years for that shit, I think. This was back in like 012. They gave that nigga like 5 years for this shit. My grandma bust that bitch though. She bust that bitch like boom. And then like a week before that shit happened, I remember my little cousin had found the gun and he had brought it upstairs to give it to me. Cause it was my granddaddy gun. It was my granddaddy. He was like, you want this bitch? You feel me? And I was debating that I wanted or not. You feel me? But I was so young. You feel me? I ain't gonna say how old I was. I was young. I'm like, I thought about it, and then I'm like, no, I don't want it. Cause at the time I ain't had no real ops for real. So I gave it. I got it up out his hands because I told him he shouldn't have picked it up in the fucking first place. You feel me? And I got it up out his hands and shit. I just put it back where it was. Then my grandma ended up getting this shit. Then like a week later that happened. She bust that bitch in the air. It was a 38 snub nose revolver, bro. That nigga did all that because my mama ain't want to be with him no more, bro. That shit was just crazy, bro. How the fuck you going all that out because somebody don't want to be with you no more? Like, what the fuck? He told my mama he was going to kill me and everything. He said he was going to do that to me, my grandma, everybody. My little cousin, my auntie, which is her sister. Like, everybody kill her, everybody. Because she didn't want to be with him no more. Like, that shit crazy, bro. If I ever saw that nigga now in the street, bro, I'd bust that nigga head open, bro. I swear to God, I'll bust that. Man, dog. I may not never run across that nigga no more. I may not never run across that nigga no more, bro. My grandma, bro. But that shit crazy, bro. You did all that because my mama didn't want to be with you. That shit crazy, bro. Niggas will do anything over pussy, bro. Niggas will do anything, bro. He tried to run it, and I think he tried to run in our house behind my mama. My grandma had grabbed that gun so quick, she wasn't playing with niggas. So he got arrested for breaking and entering, even though he didn't even get all the way in our house, but he still tried, whatever. Or he stepped foot and he got ran right up out that bitch. So he got charged for breaking and entering and destroying my mama's car, making threats, just all type of weird goofy shit. Just all type of weird goofy shit, bro. Nigga was dumb as hell, bro. Just weird goofy shit. He got arrested for that shit, got like 5 years, I think. That nigga was just goofy as hell, bro. Goofy. That's like if I did all that because a bitch ain't want to be with me. So what? Just go to the next bitch. Like, what the fuck? Just go to the next female. Like, what is you doing all that for, bro? What is you doing? Threatening people's sons and mamas and cousins and sisters and shit. Like, get your weird, goofy ass on, bro. Somebody need to pop his top if I ever see that nigga, bro. I swear to God, bro. I'm a pop boy. I may not never see that nigga in the streets. But yeah, I'm just, you feel me? I just remembered that story, you feel me? I be telling stories on YouTube and shit now. So I just wanted to share that story, bro. That shit was crazy, man. That nigga was tender dick, bro. Tender, soft ass, creepy, weird ass nigga, stalking ass nigga, bro. Trying to kill somebody because they don't want to be with you no more, bro. Weird, goofy ass nigga. Goofy, bro. Goofy. I'm out this bitch. Those rolls.